Hey everyone, today I'll be replacing the transmission axle seals in this 1997 Toyota RAV4. My name is Paul Shpakov, and in this video series, I'll be fixing up my RAV4 to make it as expensive as possible. My RAV4 has been dripping transmission fluid on the garage floor for a long time now. Let's start by lifting the front. I always place the jack on the control arm bushing and the jack stands on the subframe. I'm taking the wheels off. The lug nuts take a 21mm socket. My RAV4 has a manual transmission. Always make sure you can get the fill plug open before you drain the transmission fluid. Take out the drain plug on the left side of the car. I don't need to drain out all the fluid, just most of it. The right side has a drain plug for the transfer case. This is the same gear oil. I don't need to drain all of it. Taking the ball joints off won't mess up my alignment. Let's take that cotter pin and castle nut off, then the axle nut takes a 30mm socket. My axle isn't stuck because I recently rebuilt everything. Usually you need to loosen it with a sledgehammer. Push the control arm down with a pry bar and pull the spindle away. I'm using a chisel and hammer to push the axle away from the transmission. Now just pull the axle out. I used the same chisel to pop the axle seal out. Clean everything, then push the new seal in. Use the old seal as an installation tool. It must be perfectly flush with the transmission case. This part is tricky. Be patient. Pull the seal out and start over if it goes in too far. Add some grease. Hold the axle straight as you put it back in to prevent damage to the seal. Push the control arm down with a pry bar and reinstall the ball joint. I used the impact wrench to turn the bolts, but the final tightening should always be done by hand. The axle isn't seated in the transmission yet. Use the axle nut to protect the threads, then gently push it in with the sledgehammer. I'm tightening the axle nut a little bit. I'll torque it later. Moving on to the right side of the car, I'm doing the same things. Take off the axle nut and ball joint. Pull the axle out of the spindle and set it on top of the brake. Use the chisel to push the axle out of the transmission. Once it's loose, pull the axle straight out. This seal is easier to work with than the left side and has a metal lip on the outside. Installation is easier too. Use the old seal as a tool. Make sure the new seal is flush with the transfer case. It's not possible to push this seal in too far. I wasn't sure which seals I needed, so I bought these other ones too. These are not the axle seals. The right side axle has an O-ring. Make sure it gets some grease. Push the axle in and turn it to engage the splines. Install the axle nut, then gently push the axle with the sledgehammer until it snaps into the transmission. Reinstall the ball joint bolts and turn the axle nut, but don't tighten it yet. With the wheels back on and the car on the ground, I can torque the axle nuts. Now I need to take the wheels back off so I can install the castle nut and cotter pin. Put the wheels back on, then torque the lug nuts to 80 foot-pounds. I recently changed my transmission fluid, so I'll just pump the old gear oil back in. This takes a very long time with this cheap pump. 750 pumps. I counted. That's ridiculous. When the fluid starts pouring back out, the transmission is full. Reinstall the fill plug using a 15/16" socket. Okay, 2 leaks fixed, 500 to go. The most annoying part was filling the transmission fluid, but other than that, this wasn't that hard. You should be able to do this repair in about 2 hours. And if you have one of these old RAV4s, definitely hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time.